Hello and welcome everybody to another Arena Direct event. I'm Paul Cheon and I am planning on doing another draft here. We're going to do another draft here of Duskmourn to try to win some more boxes of, well, Duskmourn. And we've already been successful. I've done one draft and we went 6-1, allowing us to win 2 boxes of Duskmourn. And like I said before, I am loving the fact that I can actually draft for stakes, right? Previously, all we had was the Arena Open, but now the fact that you can actually draft in the Arena Direct events makes me want to play in these events significantly more than sealed decks. So I think this is a really great change. Shout out to the Arena team, and let's hop into a draft and try to win more boxes. Now, before I do, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need to pick up some booster boxes of, well, Duskmourn, Ether Drift, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. If you want to pick up some singles, let's say you want to pick up some cards for your standard deck, your pioneer deck, your modern deck, your commander deck, TCGplayer.com once again is the place to go. Make sure you click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Additionally, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want to make sure you have everything you need for your next tabletop event, whether it's just playing with your friends or playing in a tournament. If you want deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, heavyplay.com is the place to go. Make sure you go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They also have a huge convention presence, so make sure you swing by their booth, say hi, tell them Paul sent you, and you'll receive a discount in person as well. Alrighty, here we go. Signpost Uncommons, Overlords. Those are the types of cards that I want. What about Signpost Rare? Okay, well, you know what? We have direction. We opened one of the best rares in the entire set in Ghostly Dancer. So where do I want to pair this? Well, ideally, a deck with a bunch of rooms or a deck with a bunch of enchantments. Now, this card is good enough where you can put it anywhere. But in general, for white, I want to be pairing that with blue or with, honestly, blue and red. But more blue than anything. But Ghostly Dancers is a phenomenal first pick. And just, you have to be thrilled. Ghostly Dancers, Overlord of the Mistmoors, cards like that, you open that in this format, they're just among the best cards. So really excited about this. Let's hope that Blue-White Eerie is open. All right, moving on to pack number 2. Well, there is a Seize from Slumber, which is just a solid removal spell. This has always kind of proven itself to be a good removal spell. Clockwork Percussionist is fine, but Painter Studio, given that I have the Ghostly Dancers, Painter Studio might be something that I'm more interested in. But you know what? Given that I took the Ghostly Dancers, I think I'm going to just take Seize from Slumber. This is just a really good removal spell and keeps me a little bit more open, and I get to cut off the white. I think it's close. I like Painter Studio with Ghostly Dancers, but I'm going to just go back-to-back white cards here and then kind of reevaluate. Oh, wow. So here's the thing. I think it's pretty safe to just take Trapped in the Screen, but noting that I do see Arabella and Glassworks Shattered Yard. So, I would love all of these cards. Had we second picked the Painter Studio, what do we even take? Right? Like, Trapped in the Screen is a better card than Glassworks. Yeah, like I said, this is tough. I'm just going to keep taking these white cards, but noting that I do see Arabella and Glassworks. Trapped in the Screen, obviously still a very, very good card with Ghostly Dancers, and still is an enchantment that triggers the Ghostly Dancers, and it just allows us to make the decision of what our second color should be a little bit later. Although now I feel like I'm kind of in the spot where I should probably take a red card here. Patch Plaything is simply just okay, whereas, something like a Ticket Booth or Percussionist I think are noticeably better. Although here I'm just wondering, do I want Clockwork Percussionist or Ticket Booth? Ticket Booth certainly working better with Ghostly Dancers, but I think Clockwork Percussionist in general is a slightly better card. It doesn't seem like the blue cards are particularly open here. I feel like it's easier to get Ticket Booth later, though, so I'm going to just take the Percussionist because in a good red-white aggressive deck, I think Percussionist is just significantly stronger. So let's go ahead and take that here. Seeing some decent black cards, noting that I do see an Unable to Scream here, and anytime I have an opportunity to perhaps shift over to blue-white, I think I kind of want to take it just because of the Ghostly Dancers. This just is much, much better in blue-white, and this is a premium removal spell. I could just keep taking Percussionist, though, but you know what? I'm just going to take Unable to Scream. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's possible people are not even evaluating this very highly, but I just feel like Ghostly Dancers feels much stronger in blue-white. We also punched past a bunch of red cards. Granted, I am seeing a bunch of the good aggressive red-white stuff, but if it's a bunch of commons, whatever, and not only that, Unable to Scream is a fantastic card, so it's not like I'm missing out on too much here. Here, there is a Fear of Immobility, which is a fine top-end card. Noting that I do want some more cheap things to play, but I do like the fact that this is an enchantment with the Ghostly Dancers. If I was an aggro deck, I mean, both of these cards are kind of mediocre. Hand that feeds in Hardened Escort. Let's Play a Game can be really nice if you're doing the Delirium thing, but let's go ahead and just take Fear of Immobility here and see where things go. And then now we have Pack 1, Pick 8. Yep, just a bunch of filler level cards. It does feel like some people might be in the know here. I'm just going to take Cult Healer just to make sure that I have something to play here in my blue-white deck. And then same thing, I'll take Erratic Apparition. Creeping Peeper, I just haven't been very impressed with. So yeah, just going to go start taking these blue and white cards and see where things goes. That's a late turn Inside Out on the wheel. Central Elevator is not something I'm particularly interested in. I guess I'll take Clammy Prowler, but this is not an enchantment that I particularly like to play in these style of decks. I could also take Turn Inside Out if I don't think I'm playing the Prowler, but I don't know. I really would rather lean into blue-white here. And it's not like I need that much to actually make it good. Where, look, I have 8 cards here. The cards here on the left are kind of filler level. I would love to find some of the Signpost cards, but, you know, all I need are Glimmer Lights, Glimmer Bursts, Meat Lockers, cards of that nature, and our interaction is amazing. 2 Unable to Screams, Trapped in the Screen, and the Cease from Slumber means it's going to be really tough for our opponents to run us over. So what I'm really looking for here is just a way to get ahead on cards. This is really interesting. Piranha Fly is a 2-drop or a Neglected Manor. I don't really care about Jump Scare and blue-white. You know, I'm going to take the Manor here for the speculation. The Piranha Fly I don't love in blue-white, so I'm just going to take the black-white land in case maybe there's a world where we're black-white splashing blue for a couple of Unable to Screams. Feel like there's a little bit more upside there, but yeah. And also, it was because I had 8 playable cards after Pack 1, but Piranha Fly is fine. All right, here I'm going to take Glimmer Seeker. Fear of Burning Alive is good, but Glimmer Seeker is amazing. If you don't have a Glimmer, it triggers all the eerie stuff. If you do, you get to draw a card. It's just a fantastic card to play in your blue-white decks. I feel like I passed no good blue. So I feel like if I do get decent blue, it's going to be in Pack 2. There's a decent chance the person I'm passing to does end up in red-white or red aggro. So I do need to be mindful of that. So might not see as many white cards, but I do feel like blue is something I'm going to see. Oh, Optimistic Scavenger. This is one of the best Signpost uncommons you can get. This card's absolutely fantastic. Now, noting that, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments. Would love more enchantments. Grand Entryway is awesome to follow up with a turn 1 Optimistic Scavenger, but this is exactly the type of card that I'm looking for in this style of deck. Let's make sure we find some more cheap things to play. Ideally, enchantments, Fear of Surveillance, Grand Entryway, Stalked Researcher as a decent blocker. Those are the types of 2-drops I want at common. All right, Pack 2, Pick 3. Wow, some removal and Withering Torment, Spineseeker Centipede. But for us, it's between Glimmer Burst and Unable to Scream. And I feel like right now, our deck can use a little bit of card flow. I already have a few decent interactive spells. Already have 2 Unable to Screams, a Trapped in a Cease from Slumber. So I'm going to take Glimmer Burst here over Unable to Scream number 3. I just think this card is fantastic. Just get your cards going. It makes an enchantment for the Scavenger and the Ghostly Dancers. Just kind of does everything. Here we have Stalked Researcher, Underwater Tunnel, and Duskmourn Domination as an option. I don't really like Restricted Office very much. You know, I'm going to take the Tunnel here. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the Office, and I like the fact that this is cheap. It surveils, it helps me dig, and I have 2 really powerful Eerie cards. Actually, I have like 4 Eerie cards, so I think the Tunnel just fits what this deck is trying to do better. So I'm going to take it here and be pretty happy with that, I think. And now we have Bottomless Pool. So like I said, the blue is flowing here. There's a Mind Skinner as well, but I think on average, Bottomless Pool is going to be better. Rooms are just amazing when you have a bunch of Eerie cards. And I have a Flyer here, so I think Bottomless Pool is what I want. I also like Vanish from Sight as an interactive spell. And yeah, let's go with the Bottomless Pool. Very, very happy with that pickup. And there's the Grand Entryway. Wow, loving this start here. Yeah, there's the Skull Crab, but I don't really care about milling my opponents. I just feel like in an ideal deck, like I need the 2-drop more than I need a random crab. And this gives me some just really great potential at some really amazing starts, right? Like, you know, being able to play Grand Entryway after I have a Ghostly Dancers or Scavenger in play is incredible. Here, I don't really care for Shepherding Spirits. I don't really think I care about... I'm never splashing Let's Play a Game. I'm going to take Creeping Peeper just in case I live in a world where I just don't end up with enough 2s. But hopefully, that's not the world we live in. Here, nothing that interesting. We'll just take a Dashing Bloodsucker. Probably not splashing. We'll take another Creeping Peeper. But that was a really solid pack. Pretty happy with that. Unable to Scream, pick 11. People are not respecting the Unable to Scream here. So, yeah, I'm loving the Glimmerburst. Cheap removal with the Glimmerburst is great. So, just having all these Unable to Screams, this just means, you know, look, I don't have that many cheap things to play, but because I have the Unable to Screams, it's not too bad. And then I have 15 cards. I'm reasonably happy with them. Like, I don't love the Apparition and Cult Healer, but you know what? The Stock Researcher might table. It did. Do I take that over Duskmourn's Domination? Yeah, I think so. This is mostly for curve purposes. I just feel like this is a 2-mana card that I'm reasonably happy playing in this type of deck with all the enchantments that I have, and I'm just in need of a 2-mana creature. So, yes, just very happy with that. Oh, wow. Murky Sewer last. So, with Neglected Manor and Murky Sewer, certainly black is on the table here as a splash. Surgical Suite, I love. And look, we're probably tabling the Unable to Scream. People are just not respecting this card at this table. It's just a really, really solid removal spell. But for me, I'll take the Surgical Suite. I have what? I only have 5 creatures to get back right now, but it's just another room. Just gives you a good mana sink and something that I'm very happy playing. So what are we on here? 3, 4, 5. We have a lot of good spells. I could certainly just use more and more creatures. Now there's a Paranormal Analyst. But do I have any Manifest Dread? I only have Underwater Tunnel, I think. Huh. There's a Razorkin Horde Caller, which is really great, but I don't think I want to splash it. I don't love Savior of the Small. You know, I'm just going to take the Analyst here. It's not particularly strong here. If we do pick up just like 2 or 3 more Manifest cards, it's going to end up actually being quite nice. But it's also a Lightning Rod for removal, where you play this and people are just going to use removal to kill it. So probably a decent shot of just playing it. Ooh, I love Fear of Isolation. Twist Reality is a nice Manifest Dread card, but this card is an enchantment. It lets me pick up my rooms. It is premium level uncommon here. And now we see Flood Pitch Drowner. Wow, this card's also amazing. All right, blue is wide open. I like Grand Entryway. I like Underwater Tunnel. Honestly, I might even table the tunnel here, but Flood Pitch Drowner is premium. Loving this configuration that we have here so far. And now a pick 5 trapped in the screen. Are you kidding me? All right, we are just kind of getting everything. I might not even have to play some of these 3 drops here. There's Restricted Office, but Trapped in the Screen is premium removal. Gonna take that here over Unable to Scream. God, our removal suite is so strong. Okay, now we have Seize from Slumber versus Tunnel Surveyor. And I'm actually going to take Tunnel Surveyor here. I think Seize from Slumber is a better card, but we already have a lot of removal, and I'm just in the market just for more creatures. And this makes a 1/1 as well, which makes me trade with things pretty well. So let's take that. Here I'll take Duskmourn's Domination. Not sure that I'm going to play that one. Ooh, I love Glimmerlight much more than I like Stock Researcher. So another solid 2-mana play here. So loving this. Somehow we all of a sudden have 5 2-drops, although noting that Fear of Isolation is more of like, you know, it's not really something you play on turn 2. Neither is Flood Pitch Drowner a lot of the time. So I took the Tunnel Surveyor here mostly for the sake of making sure I have a decent mana curve here, but still really liking this configuration. Yeah, all these cards on the right, I can obviously play all of those. Like I said, Unable to Scream. I'm really glad I didn't take the Seize from Slumber because I'm going to play all of the Unable to Screams. And yeah, this is just kind of absurd. I should probably play the Flyer here just because I have the Locker Room. And I think having the Flyer just, you know, like there's a much higher chance that I can actually connect with something like this. All right, now there's a Friendly Ghost, which I guess I can take. Not sure I'm going to play that. Again, this is all kind of the maybe pile. And having some number of creatures is still important because that allows us to get something back with the Surgical Suite. But solid deck, you know, very strong. Not like a 10 out of 10. Like, you know, we don't have the Gremlin Tamers or Inquisitive Glimmers, but we've got a Scavenger. We have a Ghostly Dancers, which I like. All the black splash cards, but I'll take Twist Reality. Not sure that I want to play it, though. Given that the number of manifest cards I have are so low. Oh my gosh, another Grand Entryway. Okay. Yeah, let's just cut all of those. And maybe these two? I just feel like at this point, I'm interested in anything that says that's an enchantment. Or, oh my gosh, a blue-white land last pick too. Look, well, this archetype was certainly open. Okay, it was certainly open. Friendly Ghost and Cult Healer can probably go. And now we're looking at a deck with 9 creatures, but hear me out. I think it's significantly more than 9 creatures here, okay? The reason being is Glimmerlight is a creature. Underwater Tunnel also acts as a creature. Grand Entryway is a weak creature. And yeah, so that gives us, look, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the actual spells in our deck. And then, so if it's 9 plus 4, that means we have 14 creatures. Yeah, 14 creatures. Granted, none of the creatures are actually huge, but I think this is still fine. Like, if you just play a deck with 1,000,000 removal spells, that also works. And I kind of just like everything I have going on here. Grand Entryway, like, if you have Yuri cards, this card can be fantastic. And, you know, with cards like the Apparition, double trigger, Optimistic Scavenger, double trigger, I just think it's going to be really strong. And especially with something like Ghostly Dancers. We also have a deck with 1, 2, 3, 5 rooms, which is really good with the Ghostly Dancers. And then we have 13 enchantments, which really helps out with everything that we have. I don't think I'm interested in cutting any of my removal. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at a sideboard here, just in case we're missing out on something. There's a Cult Healer, but I just like it worse than... Like, I like all my spells better, and I like all my enchantment stuff better. And I think in this deck, I would rather have more 2s. So I like the Stalked Researcher better than something like a Cult Healer in this type of deck. There's a Friendly Ghost, but this is just like a fine, solid creature, but not an enchantment. So I think this is it. I think this is kind of what I want here. Again, Paranormal Analyst, I just don't have enough manifest cards to actually have this worth playing, and I did end up with enough things to do early. 5 2-mana creatures, basically, with 4 Unable to Screams means we're not going to die, and I just don't need a card like Duskmourn's Domination with all this removal that I have. So yeah, I think this is a really good, fun configuration. Our mana base looks fairly even, so I like 8/8, and we even have a dual land. Oh, God. Not too much to complain about here. Like, maybe I wish I had another Glimmer Burst, I guess, another card draw effect like a Meat Locker. But outside of that, I'm very, very happy with this configuration. Let's see if we can get it done. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. Special shout out here to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Without the Patreon, I think it would be very, very difficult to continue making all of this content. So I just want to say thank you once again to all the folks that are supporting the Patreon. You get a lot of benefits and perks. You can check that out in the description below. All right, going first, I'll keep this. This is interesting because it's like I don't really need to surveil right now. So I don't think I played a tunnel. I think I just wait. Like, just because the thing is I have a perfectly fine 2-mana play here. So it's just, I just don't need to worry about that right now, I feel. So let's go Glimmerlight. Well, no, yeah, like our creatures are kind of dinky, right? It's not the strongest thing in the world. All right, so let's go ahead and, yeah, let's attack for 2. Play a Grand Entryway. Oh, you know what I could have done, actually? I could have played Underwater Tunnel to Surgical Suite something back. I actually did not consider that part. Defiant Survivor. How do I want to do this? I have Trapped in the Screen and Unable to Scream. You know, I don't want to take the chance of my opponent killing my Unable to Scream on this Defiant Survivor. So I'm just going to Trapped in the Screen the Survivor because I still have Unable to Scream. And then I will play Underwater Tunnel to see if I hit something great. Don't need the land, but I will take Trapped in the Screen. Let's attack. All right, Wickerfolk Thresher is a play from the opponent. And, you know, now I want to actually get in for some damage here. So why don't we do this? Hit for 5. They might block the 3/3 for some Delirium shenanigans. All right, they're at 10 life. Insidious. See, that's what I was worried about previously. Okay, that's what I was worried about previously. Okay, fair enough. So now they can kill Unable to Scream. So I don't really have a fantastic attack here. So why don't we go ahead and just unlock here. And manifest that. And let's move this over here. And make them use the fungus. They'll probably use the fungus here. I don't know. Really? I guess they value getting a 2/2 more? Like, they're gonna find some way to tap this, I guess. But they are at 10 life. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening here. I don't care about the Shrewd Storyteller. They have 3 cards in hand. I'm just trying to figure out what I should play here. I guess I could kill the Shrewd Storyteller. Well, hold on. No, I can't. Yeah, you know what? This is just that's just far more annoying to deal with, honestly. And then we can just do this. Like, the way they get back into this game is like just some weird situation where the Defiant Survivor just continues to make creatures. So let's just get that out of the way. They're at 4 life. If they kill the Scavenger, that's fine. Ah, Sheltered by Ghosts on Unable to Scream. And then they're gonna attack me, I guess? Okay. Okay. They must have another follow-up play? No. Oh, Floodpitch Drowner is fantastic. So we're just gonna do that. Okay, pay the ward. Hope that's good enough. They have 2 cards in hand. Monstrous Emergence doesn't actually work. They would need Coordinated Clobbering to be able to gain a bunch of life here. That would gain them 6 life and put them at 9. And then I can play Hospital Room for the win still. If it's just Coordinated Clobbering. Yeah, Floodpitch Drowner is so good. Okay, play the land. I am going to... Ooh. You know, I'm not going to play this just because this is lethal technically. So why don't we just attack with everything? I don't even know what they can have here. Drag to the Roots, okay. Okay. It was just a random removal spell. Alright, well, you know what? They actually had some good uncommons. Like, they played almost all uncommons. And so they actually had a decent start there. I am really happy with my decision to play Trapped in the Screen on the Defiant Survivor, though. Had I gone with the Unable to Scream, they would have played the Fungus, killed the enchantment, attacked, and made a 2/2, and that could have easily swung it the other way or made it a lot closer. Like, I wasn't that far ahead that game. The Flood Pitch Drowner was a huge, huge top deck. All right, opponent on the play here. Our hand is okay. Flood Pitch Drowner certainly helps if they get like an aggressive start. And then Erratic Apparition into Glimmerburst is obviously nice. Running out a Grand Entryway with like no Eerie cards is not super strong. Fear of Surveillance. So yeah, I do think I'm just gonna go with the Flood Pitch Drowner. Just as it's just a really good tempo play. I'm not gonna actually use my mana to kill this. I'm just playing it to tap it down. Moldering Gym. Okay. Oh, there's the best card in our deck. Drawing it is always nice. So now it's actually kind of interesting because what I want... Oh, wow. Our opponent's deck is really sweet. We'll see how this goes. So I really want to get... Let's see, they have that going. I want a room in play for the Ghostly Dancers. So I think what I want to do is... And what I want to do is make the Glimmer, right? So I want to go Elegant Rotunda this turn, I think. That way I can at least get 2 triggers off of my Ghostly Dancers. So let's go Elegant Rotunda. And... Alright, 3 in the air. Wish I had, like, meat lockers and stuff to still be able to use this. Yeah, but this is just setting up for a big Ghostly Dancer's turn. Our opponent also has a really good start here. Just a nice little blue-green... Actually, what colors are they? Is this another no respect for the game situation? So it looks like they're green, white, splash blue. Because there's no world where you splash Fear of Surveillance. So yeah, it must be green, white, splash blue. No, they have 3 islands. Yeah, this makes no sense. All right, it's a no respect for the game type situation. Okay, and they're representing a counterspell here, so that's also not ideal. Like the way that they tapped here and played out the Tyvar. Yeah, that's really, really rough. Tap another untapped creature you control. It gains indestructible until end of turn. Oh, what can they do? Jump Scare. Huh. Wow, do they have Get Lost as well? Man. Well, I feel like I can play Glimmerburst. I can play Glimmerburst to save my Erratic Apparition, but I think I'm just going to let this happen and play Ghostly Dancers. And if they have another counterspell here after the jump scare, so be it. All right. Like, we're not going to win any other way. Like, the way that we win is through our flyers. So, they played some incredible bombs. Like, Tyvar is one of the better rares in the set as well. So, yeah, this is definitely a cause for concern. I'm really hoping that I can find a removal spell here off of my Glimmerburst. Either like a Seize from Slumber, Unable to Scream. We have 4 Unable to Screams in our deck. Trapped in the Screen would also be nice, of course. And, of course, another hope is that they just don't have a way to kill the Tyvar. They could also go with Wait Room here to just try to close things out. Yeah, I will say playing around the counterspell did make me lose an Erratic Apparition. The heck is this? All right, so there's one less creature in play, which makes the Tyvar less scary. So that's good. But we'll see kind of what happens. Now, the good thing is it doesn't give trample. That is the really big part here. So now it's really interesting. Like, if I just draw Unable to Scream, it's going to be really hard for them to win. So I have a pretty tough choice here because Tunnel Surveyor puts more blockers in play. And that can also be really, really good. Unable to Scream. Let's go! Yes! All right, loses all abilities. That is amazing. And then I'm just going to play the Surveyor just because it just puts more power and toughness in play than the Glimmer Burst. And then let us attack with our Flyers. All right, our opponent is at 7 life. I've turned off Tyvar. I have 2 more Flyers, and I can block with other things. So that was a really, really good draw. Being able to beat a Tyvar obviously feels great. We're at 15 life. And we have... I mean, even if they kill Ghostly Dancers at this point, I have like 4 Flyers. Even if they cheat and bring in a Migrating Ketrodon, we're still okay. Because they go to 11 and they still died at a Flyer. So, pretty good spot here. Unsettling Twins does not do enough here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, they were just straight 3 colors. They had some good cards, but gotta respect the game just a little bit, right? All right, 2-0. 2-0. Or just open Ghostly Dancers and just easy mode it all the way. I am really glad, though. I am really glad that we took a bunch of those white cards early instead of maybe marginally more powerful cards, just to stay in a lane, because we ended up in blue instead of red, right? I'm going to keep this hand. It's a very defensive hand, but just tons of removal. Just not really concerned about dying here ever with this type of hand. Arabella is the play from the opponent. I'm just going to Seize from Slumber this thing, I think. If they play a creature, okay, sure. So we take nothing. That's good. Ooh, Ghostly Dancers. All right. Not too much to play here. I can Trapped into Screen Painter Studio, but I don't think I care. Would really love a land next land just so I can play Glimmer Burst. Clockwork Percussionist I don't care about. Surgical Suite to bring back Arabella. Nice. So no land was pretty bad for us, I want to say. So I think I'm going to go Unable to Scream on Arabella. And then I'll just run out Stalked Researcher as a good blocker too. Attack for 2 in the air, but they have really, really good rooms in play now. And, yeah, just really want to find a land here, but still able to get some damage in. But they just have, like, a ton of good mana sinks here, which is unfortunate. Exercise Unable to Scream. Wow. What is this? Fear of... Wow, their deck is awesome! Oh my gosh. Well, they still can't attack me yet. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. What do I do? I feel like the play is to play Glimmer Burst. Just to make sure that I hit the lands. But they have all those rooms, so it's kind of annoying. Yeah. They hit MVS, which they can play next turn. Okay. Vicious Clown. Jeez. Okay. They want to attack with FOMO. Okay, so let's play Glimmer Burst here. Okay, so we have lots of good removal. And I am going to still block the FOMO. Actually, hold on. This is way better. Now what? So they have an MVS. Vicious Clown actually hits pretty hard. Bouncing it seems really, really strong. Because what I want to do is play Ghostly Dancers and get an immediate trigger, if possible. So being able to go something like Bottomless Pool, bounce Vicious Clown, and then maybe Trapped in the Screen something seems pretty good. And then I can play the Ghostly Dancers. And then if I draw another land too, I can even go Ghostly Dancers, unlock Locker Room, make a flyer, hit, draw a card, and play Unable to Scream. All right, let's bounce the Vicious Clown. Hospital Room. Well, they can't go Hospital Room and Most Valuable Slayer, right? Let's just get the Arabella. Honestly, let's see. Yeah, let's just attack. I'm saving Unable to Scream. Hopefully I can draw a land here. I'll take 3. Oh, they drew a land, sure. Yep. Like, I'm winning the damage race here, right? So this is fine. Alright. Let's go Ghostly Dancers. Yep. Hit for 2. Draw a card. If I draw an island here, that would be absurd. But we drew planes. It's still fine. And if they don't kill Ghostly Dance... What? Oh, whatever. What a top deck, by the way. That's actually really, really impressive. That was a really good draw. I think we're still going to be fine here. But that was good. That was a good draw. Definitely. Okay, well, this attack's just not going to work out that well. Let's see. So I get this back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I just kill this and I'm fine. So I don't want to make any blocks where I lose any creatures. So I can just take 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because if I just play Trapped in the Screen on the Spirit... then this triggers, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And again, none of these blocks make any sense for me, so let's just take it all. Oh, yeah. All right. Ghostly Dancers for the win. Boom! All right. Well, you know what? Sometimes being skillful and drafting well is the way you win matches, and other times you open Ghostly Dancers. Let's go. Alrighty. 3-0 so far. Liking what our deck's offering so far. Okay, I'm gonna keep this 3 islands. We have a Ghostly Dancers. No planes right now, but I have plenty of things to do. So that's the big thing. I have plenty of plays to make, which is why I'm going to keep this. I have Stock Researcher, Erratic Apparition, and Glimmerlight. So that just has to buy me enough time to eventually be able to get to the Ghostly Dancers. Well, that is a source. Okay, so that changes my sequencing here, because I want to play this probably next turn. We'll see. Hand that feeds. Maybe not. I don't know. It's actually kind of interesting. Yeah, I changed my mind. Let's get the flyer in play. So next turn, I want to play the campground, or I kind of have to, because that gives me the option to be able to keep up a plains. Oh. Okay, fair enough. They are all of the colors. Seize from Slumber. All right, so let's go Glimmerlight. And I'm going to put it on my Apparition. Attack. And then let's play the land. Hey, look, having a 2/4 Flying Vigilance creature also pretty solid on this board. I have a Seize from Slumber if they play something big. And no way to be able to attack with the Researcher, but... Kona, okay. Trapped in the Screen. It's pretty interesting, because that does just allow me to continue attacking. I don't hate it on the Kona. Yeah, let's do it. And I want to maximize my damage, so why don't we put this on the Spirit? Attack. Okay. Trading hand that feeds for a Spirit is something I'm very happy about. Let's move it back onto the Apparition. And then we have Seize from Slumber. Even if they get a 5/5 off the Weight Room, we have a Seize from Slumber. If they play something big, again, we have the Seize from Slumber. Betrayer's Bargain, okay. And Patchwork Beastie. Okay, Plains is fine, okay. That was nice. Let's play Ghostly Dancers. I don't have any enchantments to play, but I will put this on the Ghostly Dancers. Just so it doesn't, like, if they have a 5 damage spell, it doesn't kill it. And I don't believe my opponents when they say good game, so... In fact, I kind of... If they don't scoop right away, you know me, I kind of dislike that. Alright, let's find an enchantment here. Let's find an enchantment. Any enchantment will do. We have 13 in the deck. Any room would be completely broken. Glimmer Burst. Lots of good cards. Mirror Room. What does this do? Okay, so they have... Oh, there it is! There it is, friends. What a draw. Oh, are you kidding me right now? Wow. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. These can't block, right? Oh my gosh. That was so ridiculous. That was such a ridiculous draw. What does this say? Wait, hold on. What does this room do? If a triggered ability... Okay, it costs 7 mana. Okay, it's not really a thing. So I have a lethal flyer here, lethal here. They're at 4. Don't have delirium. Yeah, I mean, what an absurd top deck. Alright, another Ghostly Dancers with top deck luck win. Look, I am getting extremely lucky, okay? I will be the first one to admit that. Like, yes, I have a good deck, but some of these draws are completely unreasonable. The Flood Pitch Drowner when I needed it. Oh my gosh. The perfect room after the Ghostly Dancers. Drawing the white mana. Like, this has been going really, really well. Alright, on the play here. This one's a little bit trickier, but I'm on the play. I will keep this, but I'm not 100% confident on this. I'm going to believe in my mana base and hope that it comes through here. So I have a turn 3 Glimmer Seeker on the play with the Seize from Slumber, and then 2 blue cards that are single blue. So if I draw an island, my hand is great, and if not, it's still fine. Let's go Grand Entryway here. That was a great thing to play, because that gives me a better chance of being able to connect with the Glimmer Seeker. Our House Cartographer from the opponent, and we drew a blue source. That is fantastic. Alright, so let's go Glimmer Seeker here and hope nothing happens. All right, Brood Spinner. So they can double block here. Actually, the thing is, I don't really need to use the Elegant Rotunda, right? Like, I can just be happy trading Glimmer Seeker for a Brood Spinner, I think. Like, is that a trade that I want to make? The question is, does it get better for me? Yeah. They have a bunch of mana. Let's see what they do. Okay, Commune with Evil. I mean, I'm really, like, Brood Spinner is kind of a problem. I'm not sure, though. It's just like I said, I don't have a lot of great ways to, like, get that to connect, so... Block there. Alright. Okay, so plenty of removal here. And plenty of ways to get in for some damage in later turns, if that's a thing. Ghostly Dancers would be a good draw. Optimistic Scavenger would be a good draw. But our opponent has 5 cards in hand, and they're at 23 life, so this will be difficult. They have Delirium already. They got the Red Source, Wary Watchdog, okay. Kind of going... yeah, this is kind of weird. It's just like, yeah, like, I'm spending a bunch of mana, but I'm not getting a ton of good value out of this. Fear of the Dark, sure. I don't think they want to attack me with the dog, but it looks like they're considering it. Fear of Immobility. Ooh, that's really... you know what? I'm going to go with that. Just to have another good body in play. Let's tap down the Fear of the Dark. Attack for 6. Alright, now we actually have a pretty formidable squad. Especially with the Rotunda, Seize from Slumber, Trapped in the Screen. Like, you know, this is a game where we can possibly just win with a bunch of commons. We'll see how this goes. Never mind, they just played Damnation. Okay. Well, there's that. Okay, sometimes you run into a Wrath. Alright, well... it is what it is. Their hand is probably like all removal. Okay, Erratic Apparition, sure. Murder on Erratic Apparition, okay. It's gonna be one of those games. We're gonna be in here for a bit. What the hell is this card? Wow. Wow. You know what? Look, I can't even be mad. Like, sweet deck opponent, right? Sweet deck opponent. It's only fair that I draw Ghostly Dancers at this point. We didn't because we're super unlucky, but... golly. I don't really care about Funeral Room. Do I care about House Cartographer? Oh my gosh, how gross is that? I'm saving this Unable to Scream in case I draw Ghostly Dancers. Like, I just want, like, the Eerie payoff. I don't know if it's worth it. but that's what I'm doing. There's no way this deck plays Horrid Vigor. Cool deck. Building around Damnation. I'm holding this for one turn. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's a bottomless pool. Gives them a Surveil, which I don't love. So I'm just going to play Locker Room. I'll just take the 3. I need a creature. All right. Wow. That is the absolute worst thing they could have played. Like, Unable to Scream is not good against a Weight-Ruined creature. Oh, I can bounce it, though. Wait, what the heck? They didn't go with the Missant? Oh my gosh, that's scary. Anyways. Let's see what it is. Okay, Miasma Demon, sure. I will use Unable to Scream on that. Yeah, this was a weird deck with a weird draw. I guess it's like if I don't have Ghostly Dancers... I honestly, I thought it was looking perfectly fine until they played a Damnation, okay? Like... And this deck works off of synergies, but they actually have a lot of removal to kind of slow that down. And so we just... Like, we need to have some kind of a board. Turns out my deck's a lot worse when I don't have Ghostly Dancers. Go figure. Double Miasma Demon? That's pretty interesting. Alright, alright. 10 lands and not enough action here is not going to get it done here. I will say that I mean, the thing with our deck too is just like our creatures are not the strongest. You know, Ghostly Dancers definitely has to do a lot of heavy lifting here. But, you know, it's been working so far, and I'm just going to take a look real quick to see. I'm just going to play it as is. It's been working. That was just a weird matchup, and, you know, they had a good deck. Or, okay, they had Damnation. We'll go with that. All right, opponent on the play here. Why can't I just go turn 1 Scavenger into all of these things? I'm going to keep this hand, but it's... can certainly get run over. I have double Grand Entryway, Glimmerlight, bunch of small ball stuff. Twitching Doll turn... okay. Wow. Optimistic Scavenger was a really good draw here. I'm going to lead with Glimmerlight because I want to at least be able to get a little bit of value off the Scavenger right away. So then next turn I can go Scavenger into Grand Entryway and then distribute a bunch of counters. How do you leave mana up turn... Is this just a turn 3 Glimmer Burst? I don't know. Look, with the Twitching Doll, I don't really have much of a choice here. Like, I just have to play my things. Like, if they have Vanish from Sight, it's fine. But the only way we're going to be able to keep up with them is by doing it like this. Turn 2 Twitching Doll, turn 3 Enduring Curiosity should be illegal. That's not cool. Alright. If they play one more rare, I'm just going to flip the table. Alright, it's a Cursed Windbreaker. Not a rare, just an uncommon. Alright, what can I do here? I guess I can just make something big for the Curiosity, but I think also I just need to try to beat down, but... look, they got that This is just such an incredible start here. On the play... this is unreal. And the thing is, you're just gonna run into stuff like this. It just happens. There's not much you can do. There is not much you can do. I'm just trying to think what the best, like what gives me the best chance of not just losing. I think it's just Stock Researcher plus Grand Entryway. Just get more permanents in play. Tech. I have a lot of removal in my... Yeah, this is like the weird hand where I wish I kind of had a removal spell. I could have also just played Glimmer Burst, but... I really kind of just want to... Yeah, I want to be able to find Unable to Scream, but we'll see how this goes. They're at 14, they have a million cards, Twitching Doll on 2. If I can find Glimmer Burst into one of my 4 Unable to Screams, but I would also need to find an island. Okay. Okay, well, that definitely helps. That definitely helps. All right. Growing Dread. Oh, man. Yeah, they got a great deck. They got a great deck. I wonder if they're going to pop their Twitching Doll now. Or if they're just going to keep using it, because I still need to find a removal spell for that. Ghostly Dancers off the top would obviously be great. You know, Trapped in the Screen, any of those effects would also be pretty nice. You know, this is what I get for saying that I've been lucky. I now play against the the Twitching Doll Tyvar Enduring Curiosity deck. Oh, you know, that just happens, you know? What can one do? What can one really do? I can't even attack. There's just like not much I can do here. Yeah. I mean, I'm probably going to lose to Tyvar. They have another Growing Dread? Yeah, okay. Well, at least I can kill the Twitching Doll. But, like, they have inactive Tyvar with 4 creatures in play. And I'm at 16. So it's still going to be a pretty tough spot here for us. Yeah, this is an incredible deck. Congrats to you, Dev T. I think you have a trophy-winning deck here. You have a trophy-winning deck. I think, like I said before, my deck could have maybe used like one more card draw effect. Like a Meat Locker would have been great. But outside of that, I mean, my deck's totally fine. Like, we have some good cards. We have the Scavenger, good removal, and Ghostly Dancers, but there are still going to be games where you get run over. What is this? What are you? Sure. Figured whatever they flip over, a double block here is still going to work. So I still have 2 Trapped in the Screams and 3 Unable to Screams for the Tyvar. Alright, well, let's bounce Tyvar. That lets me actually attack, which is pretty good. Although it's kind of interesting. Oh, I guess, like, it's like, do I want to go Locker Room here and kind of force something? I can basically make a situation where both of these creatures trade and then they're only left with a Tyvar. Besides, I need to draw stuff anyways. Alright. Let's go for it. They can also choose to block neither, which I'm also okay with. That's weird. They kind of split the difference. It's like, I feel like it's either block all or nothing almost. But I'll take it. So now they have Tyvar, a card, and a Cursed Windbreaker here. I'm at 16. I did get to draw a card, which is nice. That lets us dig one card deeper. 4 trapped. I have like I said, I have Trapped in the Screen ×2 and 3 Unable to Screams. So those are all great. Drawing Ghostly Dancers would still let me trigger this Elegant Rotunda, which is going to be really nice. Looks like they might have a removal spell here. Okay, sure. Wait, they didn't play Tyvar. I guess they're going to hit me for 2 now. Okay. All right, I need a good draw. Okay, well, you know what? Those are magic cards, okay? Those are magic cards. Okay, and then let's put it here. If we can turn this around, that would be super incredible. I have an Elegant Rotunda, which I can use to grow the Erratic Apparition. Now, my ground creatures can't really attack very well if Tyvar's in play, because they can use that to tap stuff down. They can also play Tyvar and move Cursed Windbreaker onto Tyvar, which is also kind of annoying, I suppose. Glimmer Burst, okay. Yeah, their deck is so good. Oh my gosh, double Glimmer, yeah. I'm just jealous. That's all there. Oh! What? I mean, I do have a lot of them, so it shouldn't be too surprising, but what a draw. Okay, so Erratic Apparition, and then we go Elegant Rotunda. Definitely here. Yeah, I want to put it on the flyer. And then I want to move this here. Unable to Scream, what a draw. Okay, I get to draw a card here. Okay, that's a land. Then I get to move this back here. Alright. They're at 6 life? Okay. 1 card in hand. Oh, this is nuts. The fact that we are somehow in this. I thought we were dead for sure. Like, I legitimately thought we were just completely dead. The thing is, I mean, if this is any creature that they flip over... Oh my gosh! What is happening here? What is actually happening? Trapped in the Screen? Like, this is actually insane. Oh my gosh. I literally was just like going, alright, like this is over. We had a solid deck, we had a good run, but my opponent's deck is incredible, and we're just done. And somehow, we got to 5 wins, and now we're playing for the whole shebang. That was unbelievable. Alright, we're still live. We're still live, let's go. We are still live here, my friends. I wonder if I should just play the Cult Healer as an extra creature. But like, I feel like going to 16 lands is also kind of greedy and kind of a mistake. Okay. 2 planes, double Grand Entryway, and a Glimmer Seeker with an Unable to Scream and a Tunnel Surveyor. Arena is testing us here. I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Nope. You're not gonna get me like that. Alright, let's keep this, and 3 lands, Optimistic Scavenger, double Unable to Scream, and Glimmer Light. So the question here is... I think it's just Unable to Scream. Yeah, I think it's just Unable to Scream, and we just go Scavenger and just try to have a good aggressive start, and having the lands means any big things that I draw is pretty good, and drawing 1 extra land is still not too bad. Try to get as aggressive of a start here as possible. They said howdy, so I'll say hello. Don't kill my Scavenger. They're gonna kill my Scavenger. Yeah, oh well. Look, that's kind of all we had, right? All right, so let's surveil here. Kind of looking for some lands. Yeah, I don't want either of those. I just want lands, because I have a 4... Like, if I draw a land, I have another play, and then I get closer to Fear of Immobility. Even though those were fine spells. I'm intimidated by my opponent's lands. Alright, happy with that for now. Alright, let's go Aquarium. Alright, well, we hit a flyer, which is pretty good. 5 cards in hand for the opponent. Cryptid Inspector, I don't mind. If I draw a land, of course, we're just going Fear of Immobility here. But if not, what do I do? If not, what do I do? I don't really care to Unable to Scream this, I don't think. I'd rather just wait for something bigger. So given that, I think it's just move Glimmerlight here. Alright. Just gotta kind of hope they don't have removal. But yeah, drawing another Unable to Scream. Unable to Scream is good against green for sure, but like I said, I just didn't feel like targeting the Inspector was that great. But we'll see. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. Not close to Delirium yet, just 2 types. A fight spell doesn't do it. Murder, of course, kills it. But I'm just kind of playing my hand. It's not like I have many other options here. So, we are doing what we can. Sporogenic Infection is good. Yeah, that's super annoying. Could I have done something about that? Let's see. No, it wouldn't have mattered. Alright, and they're drawing cards here too. Do I just need more creatures? Like, this is just... Four cards in hand for the opponent. Do they want to go Widow's Walk? Oh, wow. Okay. Alright, please just give me a land. Like, I just want a land. Alright, I guess I'll take the Erratic Apparition. Looks like they have another removal spell. Looks like Final Vengeance. Yep. Yep. And, okay. Yeah, now this is becoming more of a problem. If I don't draw a land, I'm just going to kill the Inspector. You can't have another play here. Oh, well, that comes into play untapped, so let's do this. Alright, well, we have 3 removal spells. We can cast all of them. Bashful Beastie, sure. Alright, we're going to take some damage. 3 cards in hand. Oh my gosh. Did they have a Monstrous Emergence too? Oh, gosh. Final Vengeance? Oh, on the... Okay. I see. Alright. They have Delirium, so... Resurrected Cultist also comes back. We have a couple of removal spells. Really need another threat. Okay. Alright, so we have... Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't actually know which one I should trap in the screen. I guess the Trampling Creature. All right. Well, they get a 4-1 here. I've used all my resources now. Oh my gosh, under the skin. All right. All right. This might be it. This might be it. Get back Derelict Addict, yeah. Just I feel like I seem to struggle against like the Golgari based value decks. And yeah. All right. Our deck tried. We had a good start, but it was kind of a, they had really good interaction, like double Final Vengeance, Sporogenic Infection, Monstrous Emergence, like they had really good interaction. And so my out of trying to win with Optimistic Scavenger, that was like my best win condition. Just kind of, you can throw that out the window. And then we drew some of these lands. So unfortunately, we did not get there. So close. But you know what? To be fair, I thought that I was going to just be dead in the last match. And what's funny is I think my last round's opponent's deck was better than this one, but they had the interaction and their draws were just a little bit better than ours. But, honestly, it's really, if you just put things in perspective, these events are really, really hard to win. They are not easy whatsoever. You need to go 6-1 or better. Think about that. 2 losses? That's insane. It's really, really difficult to pull off. So the fact that we're 5-2, that is an amazing win rate, right? That's like a 70% win rate. So the fact that you have to do better than that makes these really tough to play. But because it's draft, I feel like it's not too bad for me to get the 5 wins. And every now and then I'm going to get to the maximum number of wins. So I was very happy with this deck overall. Blue opened itself up. We had a bunch of good interaction. We had Ghostly Dancers at the top end. We had the Optimistic Scavenger. We had a bunch of solid uncommons. And we just came up a little bit short against these value-oriented Golgari decks, which made just things really, really difficult for me. But look, we had Ghostly Dancers. We had Scavenger. We have certainly lots of draws that can just win us games for free. Can't complain about the removal suite. Honestly, it's really just a matter of hoping, just kind of getting another card draw effect or two to kind of put this deck over the top. I'm really happy with my decision to take that first Glimmer Burst. Wish I had another one. This deck just, like the Golgari decks, just the late game, their things are way, way bigger. But if you can match that with a bunch of card draw effects, I think that would have helped a decent amount. But honestly, getting to the win and in, so going 6-1 and now 5-2 in 2 attempts is not bad. I will probably do one more video of Duskmourn before I go back to Ether Drift, just because I know everybody's going to want to see Ether Drift again. But this is a really high EV tournament for somebody like myself, where I've done a million Duskmourn drafts. I feel like I have a significant edge to the field relative to Seal deck. And so if this was Duskmourn Seal deck, I probably just wouldn't have even bothered playing. But given that it's Duskmourn draft, I think I'm going to continue the course and see if I can win a few more boxes here, just to kind of build up that stack. You see that stack? It's like kind of right here. I'm trying to build that as these events just keep going. But sadly, was not able to get it done this time around. But you know what? That's okay. Still got my money back at least. And a nice little video for all of you. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to all the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Truly means a lot. Additionally, go to TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and seal product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes or some singles to round out your constructed deck, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for all of your Magic the Gathering products and accessories needs. If you need deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, all that good stuff, they have a ton of good new products coming out as well. Check out the website, heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.